The only thing I've done is restate this and this off camera. So I came up here and I thought, let me go ahead and put another coat on here, and I didn't think that was useful for you all to watch. So I didn't show you, but there's some areas that it didn't cover very well. And I'm just going back over them. I may have to do it again. But I do believe from a distance that I lightened this and put some blue, some cooler colors in here. I don't even think now that I think, I don't even think I painted that part. Maybe I did. I don't remember it. I don't think I did. But it looks all right. It's a little lighter though, isn't it? Oh well, we'll see if that bothers me later. Let's keep pushing. Now I'm going to get into the face too. And the face as well. We're going to keep pushing this stuff, pushing the lights, pushing the darks. As you all know, some of this is hold your breath stuff, or it is for me anyway. Look in there. Look in there. So this comes like that. Way too low, but that doesn't matter. That chin, I want to make sure I get it right. Close. There's that motion that's gotta get in there. It helps sell, and I'll put some of those little darks in there too. It helps sell the twisting. There's also, let's hit this again, even though this is, I mean, it should be the same amount of highlight in the spots. There's that emblem. If I choose to put that on, tip of the brush. This is probably a little far to the right, but I'm going to put a little bit of that hitting there. This. Many things, it just looks like that shirt moving. I mean, the more that you pop that, the more it starts coming to life. Now, that's not the same. That this had blue in it, and this actually I had added a little bit of black. And I want, you want to get this accurate, but it's more about selling this idea. That's sticking out. From back here, I'm not sure I would really look at it if I wasn't looking at that. I don't know, maybe it's all right. I mean, I think I definitely have it out too far. No. If you look at where his arm, I'm looking at the bottom, and it lines up about where his arm intersects. It's a little bit out. It's a little bit out. I may lose that. I don't know if it still bothers me, because this is one of those things. Would anybody else notice that? Probably not, because he's moving so much, but I don't want to walk by it the rest of my life and always look at it, because I do that. There are paintings that I've got in the past that that I've done that are hanging around, and nobody besides me ever would even notice this stuff, but I do. And I don't want this to bother me. So what I'm doing here is it looked like there was air, if you will, underneath this too, but that's laying by his side. So I'm trying to get that right there. This comes up a little more white, because I need this to be opaque. I don't want to get that white. No, I don't. But it is in that reflected. This is bluer. This is cooler than that. This doesn't have a lot of temperature. When I hit that highlight there, I'll probably add a tiny bit of yellow to warm it up. This stuff I'm doing here has to stay in shadow. I mean, it's definitely lighter than some of the areas around it, but it can't be this light. Or I don't want it to be. I guess it could. It just wouldn't make sense to me. A little interesting shape. This comes out and down. There's a little wiggle here. There will be a buckle, which I'm not really done with this, so it's done to put the buckle in. There's a buckle there. And that's pretty much all I have to put on that, and it's catching light. Some of this stuff, again, I know I've said this before, but I need to put it in, even if it's not time for it. So stuff kind of makes sense to me. It's almost like some of the stuff I can't do. I need to screw it up so I can fix it or something. I know it sounds dumb. Is that too bright? Probably pushed just a smidge. But what am I doing? I'm just putting it everywhere. Ignore what I just said. From back here, it kind of makes sense. It's a little more reflected light than what's there. But if I do this, if I add to here a little bit, then that'll make a little more sense. Turns that for me. still important. Still important that when I close my eyes, I squint, but when I let my eyes close and I close and I close, nothing here is nearly as bright as that, and the same here. If I let my eyes close, this gets lost. If I let them close almost completely, that gets completely lost, but that doesn't. And that's kind of how you gauge it. Even here, that's pretty bright, but if I close my eyes, I will lose that before I lose that. Yeah, well, you don't believe me. All right, let's see here. What are we looking at? Did I get paint in my eye? Felt like I did. Just a little clean up. I need to clean up a little bit. See if I can get by with this mixture I just whipped up. There's no, set place to do the next stroke. It's just not. There's just a lot of little stuff I got to do, and how I choose to do it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I don't think it really matters. A little warmer. I need to make that a little more blood in that ear, but I just needed to get the shape in there. Let's see how this does right here. Not good. Look in there. Barely dry brushing. What little paint I got on my brush. Because I want that separation there. I'll have to darken that a little bit more here, a little bit after that dries. Always looking there. Line comes down. I'm really not wanting to lose much of this. It's definitely going to change, and I can probably dry brush over it a little bit. But I'll have to put that back in now that I did that. Way to go, Johnny. That's better value that I just put in there. This right here. Try to leave a little spot for my wee brain of his eyelash. Are you digging it? Are you digging it? I'm water. I'll have to add water, I know, to get the paint to come out. But I'm wanting this to be bright. Bright. And that's a challenge of acrylics, is getting the stuff bright enough. It's bright. Cheek too far out, maybe. See that? You see that pencil mark still left. I know that sounds minute, but if I take it with this, I think this is how close that is. If I take that with this, if I cover it up, it's going to be too far out. I need to remix this and come over. Make that a little smaller. Make that a little smaller. So that's bright. Bright on that nostril. Bright down that nose. Bright right there. Eye. It's happening. It's happening. It's starting to happen. I start putting in these shadow parts a little more because he's got. I'm about to say he's a little darker in the shadow than I've got it. We'll see. We'll see. That made a little more sense to me. Too fat. I'll come in with that shadow and bring that thumb. Let me less fat. Less fat. Lose that transition. It's kind of how it is. It's kind of kindly, right? There's a warmth to it. Definitely. But it is in shadow. I think that's better. Me thinks that's better. And I say it's a problem. I guess it's a problem of pushing stuff too much, right? It's too dark. It's too cool. There's a cool, darker spot right there that I was seeing. Another one, right? And you gotta be careful, or I have to be careful on putting too much cool in the skin because, like this cast shadow, I'm okay to leave cool, but there's shadows between the fingers and stuff that you've got to make, or that I have to make, warmer. Where are we going next? We'll still do a little cleanup here. Little touchy spots that, I've got a lot to do, but there's some ugly spots that I've just not cleaned up very well. Not cleaned up very well. starting to look like a stone ball. She's starting. More form. A little more form. Yeah. It's maybe a little, it could come up a little bit more. Again, that doesn't really matter as long as it makes sense. Pure white. There's something that's, I'll say, void of temperature. It does have cool light, or warm light rather, hitting it. But as I look at this, I may put a little warmth in it later. A little shapy. Ooh. Do I leave that or do I take it? What do you know? A lot of it's just a guessing game for me. There's just some interesting reflections and things going on in here. Squinting down, I see that cool. This is warmer. And that cool is right on the top. Right on that top. A lot of this is, I'm telling you, it's just putting stuff down and going, and I like that. Can I live with that? To make sense. Shadows there, cool's definitely there. I want to make sure it doesn't get too cool. This is I think this is the right temperature, but it's a little too dark. Got some shadows to work out up in here too, in his hands, and draw his fingers out and such. I think we're about ready to call this. About ready for the moment, at least. Because what I'll end up doing is putting in these areas. And what are they? Oh, they're cool. They're cool and warm. They're warmish, coolish. Which is dumb, but I get it. I do get it. In my opinion, these should be warmer because it's where skin is kind of coming together. It's a human, right? Put that. That's his eyelash or eyebrow, right? Or is it that high? Do I have it drawn wrong? I want to do this whole area actually, not just try to draw that out. Down off of the septum. If you ever hold your breath, this is it for me anyway. Distance from the outside, right? I'm looking at this distance outside. Tough stuff, man, I'm telling you, tough stuff. I'm just trying to draw this. Forget that it's an eye. Forget completely that it's an eye socket. I'm just trying to draw that shape. It'd be tough to put this and make it not look like his nose is too big. So that comes down like that, and it comes across. And then there's this. That's pretty important. I don't want to lose that. Little corner of his mouth right there. Right there. Yeah, I think the areas I've put that stuff is decent. It's too warm, but I will make them cooler in areas. And are they too? Do I not have this hair? It looks. Did I get the drawing on? It looks like this distance is a little too far from here to here. His forehead's too big. I will try to bring that hairline down, but I may need to take that up a little. It's no big deal. Whatever I got to do, I'll do it. Even if I have to start the painting over again, I don't care. Gotta get it right.